Excuses, we tell ourselves them every day, and these excuses are just sabotaging us from executing our goals. Oh, I'm not good enough, I can't do this. I tried to do this thing last year and it just never worked. I'm not this type of person. I don't have enough money to buy that product or to buy the exercise fitness for the gym membership. I can't buy these tools and I can't eat these food because I can't afford them. These are some excuses that we give ourselves, and we stand on them, and we are so romanticized by them that we never ever get any work done. And these are just reasons we give to ourselves to sabotage ourselves out of achieving our goals. So today I'm going to dive into why we give ourselves excuse, and to say some ways that we can eliminate these excuses that we give ourselves each day. So let's get into today's video. Big up Tajay and Lenovia for this awesome intro video that I have. I hope you guys like it. I'm going to be sharing some real stories with you today about how I use excuse to sabotage myself from achieving my goal. So for many years I was telling myself that, listen, I'm not the exercising type. I would never go out and I would never run. And if you were in a group exercising setting, whoever was keeping that exercise class was so frustrated with my behavior that I was influencing other people to slack off on their workout and encourage me not to come back to the workout. So that's how I was. Why was I sabotaging myself from actually executing on my weight loss goal? Because I used to tell myself I'm not the exercise type. I have two left and I can't catch a ball. I have two left foot, I'm always falling. Oh, I'm very tall, I'm unbalanced, and so I can't do certain activity, I can't do the workouts. And guess what? The weight kept packing. And then guess what? One time I went to the doctor and I discovered I have polycystic ovarian syndrome, and that was an excellent excuse to say yes, my weight is coming on because my hormones are out of whack. So I just kept eating. Guess what? I eat. And when I put on the weight, I said, okay, it's my hormones, right? Because that's a good excuse. I was in Turks and Caicos at the time, and my friend Melanie and Kenisha used to encourage me on a weekly basis. Oh, go and buy vegetables and fresh fruits and produce. You know what I used to say? Listen, on the island that I live, there is no fruits and vegetables, and it's very difficult for me to get them. And guess what? They're not organically grown. You hear excuse? I was full of excuse until, and I used to just love eating. I just eat. And then, So, if I stress out, me eat. And when people ask you why you're eating so much, oh, I'm an emotional eater. That's another excuse I used to give myself. And guess what? The pounds kept packing until I weighed a whopping 267 pounds. I was so unhappy with myself, my weight, my self-image, and if you know me, you know I'm always in the camera taking a selfie. So the fact that I didn't have a picture for 2 months in my phone, a new picture, it meant that something was crazy wrong. And I just get fed up and I said, okay, where am I? Oh, listen, if you look at my neck right here, you will see that my throat get big. Thyroid problem, right? So when I went to the doctor said, oh, you're overweight. I'm like, no. Test the thyroid because something must be wrong. It cannot be me. It cannot be me. I must have a medical problem. In 4 months, I put on 32 pounds. I was weighing 267. I said that already? Yes. Big, massive, mumpy. And I was not challenged to do anything because excuses. Remember, I'm not right. I'm not fit. I can't do the exercise. I tried doing the workouts and I couldn't do them. And the excuse, and I have polycystic ovary, and I just am emotional eater, so I eat for every single reason. And guess what? Those excuses did not cause me to lose any weight. The more I said them, the more I convinced myself, the fatter I became. And guess what? Every year I had to buy new clothes for work. Stress done. Yes. So how did I lose 32 pounds in less than a year? The first thing I decided was, listen, I've had enough of my excuses. I'm tired of them. So if you romanticize these excuses, guess what happens? Your excuse become a limitation, and so you cannot achieve what you want to achieve. Your excuse is always going to limit you to the state where you're in or where you want to be, however long or however wide your excuse is, right? So I throw the excuses, right? I was in a country where I could eat ribs every Sunday and I could afford to do that. My plate was like packed. I eat like 2-3 meats on Sundays. And so I decided I was going to cut back. The first thing I did was, you know in Jamaica when you boil food, we want to eat dumpling, yam, banana, sweet potato, Irish. Okay, so the first thing I did was 2 starch on the plate. That was the first thing, right? And then I started to eat less. Then I changed my mindset. I tell myself that, listen, I have to be the exercise type, the walking type, the something type. And so I found a friend, yes, Nathan and I, we went walking. I did walking. And I walked off the pound. And on the day, talking about walking off the pound, on the days I couldn't go outside to exercise, I stayed in my house and I walked off my pound, right? And when you start your exercise journey, some people are going to tell you, listen, you look fine just the way you are. Don't believe them. Because when you show them the before picture, believe me, they're going to say, you're never so big. Right? Yes. So you have to understand that your goal is personal. And you have to understand why you needed to lose weight. I understood why I needed to lose weight because my mother died of heart disease, right? And so what happened was that I have a son. I grew up without mother and father. I decided then and there that, listen, I'm not going to die of something that I can prevent. And so I decided to do some exercise. I still have a lot more pounds to lose, but I'm a work in progress and I'm working on them. And I'm not believing in my excuse. I'm not selling it. I don't like it. It's no longer sexy. In order for me to do the work, I figured out my why. So my why is that, listen, I'm a son to live for. So any goal at all you want to accomplish, whether it's weight loss, whether it's a financial goal, whether it's something you want to do and you've always wanted to do it, you need to figure out why is it that you need this. Your why is going to drive you. So on mornings when I get up and I don't want to exercise, I go out there and I walk or I skip because I know I'm doing it for win and drink. That is what is important. Have you ever gone on the road and you see some person, I don't know what you call them, in junk on the time you see them. So these are men walking on some high, like acrobats, they're walking on some high board pillars and they're up in the air and they're walking. In Mopé, during when the tourist is out, you will see them a lot on Bottom Road. But the reality is you're like that, you know. You are so much like that. The excuses that you make, they're piling on and on and on and on, and so you have to assume an acrobatic role in your life to balance. It's very difficult to balance. So you have to understand that your excuses are really some reasons that you give yourself as to why you can't do it. You sabotage yourself. You talk yourself out of your goal. So you are your limiting factor. And believe me, when you set a goal, you're going to experience obstacles and detours. So you need to remove yourself as an obstacle. And the only way that can come is to remove the excuse. So the next thing is mindset. And you may be saying, like, every single week this lady do a video, she talk about mindset. But your mindset has to be right in order for you to get success. If your mind is not ready for success, you're not going to get it, right? So your mindset is critical and crucial because anything that you believe, that's what's going to become your reality. So I'm going to share a story with you. I have a friend who did math 4 times. Before the 4th attempt, she said to me that she was gonna hire me to do the math for her and take the math. So I'm like, why? I hate math, Ceci. I just can't do math. Math is not my thing. And I was like, girl, you love math. You absolutely love math. Because if you never love math, you will not be forcing yourself to go to a math class over and over and over and over again. So she's like, interesting, I never thought about it that way. I said, if you hated math, you would have just done it 1 time and you would have been out of it. And because of that conversation, on the fourth attempt, girl, get grade 2. Right? So we talk ourselves out of our own success by saying who we are and who we are not. So yeah, in order to develop a proper mindset, you need to eliminate those limiting beliefs. I can't do this, I'm not this type of person. Get it out of your vocabulary. You can learn anything at all. You can do anything once you make up your mind. You remember the stubbornness you had as a child? You ask your mother to do something or to go somewhere and she tell you no. Guess what you do? You find somebody else to convince your mother that this is something that you have to do. So guess what you're going to do? You are going to find that stubborn child that exists inside of you, and you have to be stubborn enough to get your goals. So even when you go around the corner and you're disappointed or you face a roadblock or a setback, find that stubborn child in you and find another avenue, find another way. Because whatever you decide in your mind that you can or cannot do, ultimately that is what you do. So find that stubborn child and go chase your goals. And you can't wait until you are ready. I'm doing this YouTube channel and I am learning every week as I go along. I started the channel and then after 3 videos I stopped. Why did I stop? Because I started to give myself excuses. I don't have the right camera. I don't know how to do video edit. I don't know how to do that. And yes, I need to learn the skill, but unless I go out and dive in and actually start doing it and learn the skill, I'm never ever gonna get it done. So you have to understand that, listen, you have to learn while you're in motion. You can't decide that, oh, I'm not prepared, I'm not ready to do this. You have to go in, and along the way you will learn the things that you need to do in order to make your goals a reality. So remember, your excuses make you very uncomfortable. So these are some pillars that you're standing on, some word plan that you're standing on, and you're trying to navigate your way. And baby girl, baby boy, you are no acrobat, so you don't have any reason to stand. Find your level feet, eliminate some of these excuses, and remember, you have never seen birds flying with any baggage. Release these baggages that you are carrying. You never see birds with a scandal bag of twigs and whatever it is that they take to billionaires. You never see them. You see them carry them one at a time. So some of you want to achieve success and you're carrying too many baggage. Your excuse become a baggage. Eliminate the baggage. When you're on American airline and you want to go on a flight and they tell you that, listen, you can only carry 50 pounds, you make sure that you pack 50 pounds of stuff that you want. You don't go there with 60 and say, okay, they must carry. No, the airline has a stipulation, so you have to decide how much are the baggage helping you to get to your goals? No. So because they're not helping you, eliminate them. Pack like you're going on the airport. Operate like a bird. Take what you can manage and go and slay your goals. So thank you so much for watching this week. I hope you were inspired and I hope you toss the excuses away so that you can win at the goals that you want to accomplish. Have a blessed week.